Greetings, the educated. So, what is that I'm hearing? You hear some guy on a megaphone or something. Anyway, welcome to a video from Order Ed. Would you have ever believed it? Where do I start? So I'm just waiting for some people to arrive. You'll be looking at a t-shirt on my dashboard at the moment because I joined a union, and last week we stopped an eviction, a no-fault eviction of a retired school teacher, guy by the name of Ben. Only the landlady filed for another eviction straight away, which is supposed to be happening today. So I am here. It seems like I'm the first here, but I am here to join the rest of Acorn to do what they so lovingly call an eviction resistance. So I've decided that I'm gonna utilize my channel in order to document what I do with the union and the evictions that we stop and the other campaigns going forward. So I'm going to do a little bit of fundraising on this channel as well, just so you guys are aware at what's coming. I didn't want to stop making content, if I'm honest with you. You guys all know why I did, but as I said, here I am back to do something a little bit different. So I hope you enjoy this video. Obviously I'm not sure if it's going to be particularly exciting or educational. I will obviously try and make it educational. I'm actually the spokesperson for this this action, so hopefully we should get a lot of me talking to the bailiffs and potentially the landlady, potentially even the police. You all know how I love that. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that until everybody gets here, and then no doubt I'll introduce you to everybody. So until then, peace, guys. Sorry, just another quick one. I don't think I mentioned just now. It kind of, and in the interest of transparency, I agreed with the union. Well, I didn't agree with the union. I told the guys at the union that I would donate from any ad revenue from these videos that I do will be going, well, a portion of that will be going to split between the union and the particular person. I was going to say particular subject of the action, but the particular person who's involved in the action. So any kind of donations will go straight to Ben. That's not me asking, by the way. That's not Ben asking. That's not Acorn asking. That's just me saying if anybody feels compelled to help in any way, 100% of the donations received will go to Ben, and a portion of the ad revenue, as I said from the video, will go to the union. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that, so that you know exactly where this channel is going. I mean, it may evolve into something different. I mean, you never know what can happen at the start, but yeah, just so you know. Okay, so I thought I would come up the end of the road just so you can see what it looks like when nobody's here, even though it's just a road. I'm sure you've all probably seen one before, but by the time the guys get here from the union, they'll be covering all these corners, the scouts will. I don't know if any of you know, but there are like various roles which are, what's the word I'm searching for, allocated, which are allocated to certain people involved in the action, just so that it can run smoothly. As I said to you today, I am the spokesperson I believe I am what's called the negotiator as well, so it will be me who leads any negotiations with the landlady or the bailiffs. Kind of a little bit more background actually, I don't know if I said it in the car, but when we did the action last week, the bailiffs didn't even bother getting out of their vehicles. They just saw us and was just like, no. Then they contacted the court and told the courts that the property was unrecoverable, or some phrase like that. So I and some of the other people from the union expect the police to just be with them initially from the start here, so that'll be interesting to see if the police actually are able to remain impartial, which we all know is not going to be the case. But if you just look up by that black bin, that is the house where the action is going to be taking place. I'm going to link any hello love, alright? I'm going to link all the union's details to this video as well, and should any of you wish to join or support, then by all means do so. A few more, somebody turning up now, so I'm gonna pop up and go and say hello, and I will catch up with you when the organizer of the event, Sam, arrives. Go on, we're recording now.
Well, I think we can.
Hello.
Guys, meeting some. Oh, getting rain down my neck here. Hello, everyone. Sam over here.
110 Vicar Avenue is literally parallel to this one. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. Okay.
Starting to fill up now. Let me get.
Yeah, good fun.
Few people arriving now. We're about an hour away from the time the bailiffs are due here. The guy in the hat there, Sam, he's the organizer of this one. He's also the guy who's going to let us know if it starts getting too much and if we should disperse. Here, before we let some of the guys say hello to you.
Yeah, cool.
It's Izzy, the checker over there.
Hello.
Hi, Izzy.
Are they arriving?
We're gonna pick some more some rolls here.
Yeah, sure.
We're not expecting the media to come, but would you be up for being media liaison if they do?
Yes, but you might need to fill me in on the details.
Yeah. So Ben's been living here for 10 years. He's a retired teacher, and he has been given a no-fault eviction by his landlady, who owns multiple properties. This is the second time she's tried to evict him using bailiffs. Last time she refused to negotiate extra time for him to pack up his stuff. He's been here for 10 years, so he just needs a bit of time. We've got a full press release that I can send over like immediately to any journalist, so if they want more information I can just send that over.
Yeah, let's get an address off them. Okay. What happened last time?
So last time we had 40 people here, and we saw the bailiffs drive past a couple of times, and then we called the court and they said, oh, they tried and they can't come back later today, so that's it. And then the landlady and an associate came and tried to talk to us. We started to kind of get a negotiation in place for after she got back from holiday. Hey, Amy. But by the end of the day, the landlady had taken that offer off the table, and we found out she'd gone to the court to get the bailiffs to come back.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we were asking for a negotiation. She initially was open to it, but then refused by the end of the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did she come on the day, or was she away?
She was in the car over there,
Oh, okay.
and she had a guy with her who came out and spoke to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So you got your background story for the eviction there.
I'm Sam. Nice to meet you. Can we talk?
Yes.
Yeah, no, cool. Been to one of these before?
No. That's fine.
Wait, we'll do like a little briefing at the beginning. Cool.
We've got a gazebo now. It's turning out pretty well. Not bad for 11 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. I feel like you haven't given us a rundown on your role today, Sam. And who you are, obviously, involved in the... here we go.
So I'm Sam, I'm the member defence organiser for Acorn Bristol. So that means I coordinate actions like this one, stopping evictions, but also marching on landlords' offices or letting agents' offices to get repairs done or compensation or get negotiations on fair treatment of tenants. And today I'm going to be coordinating, which means I'm going to be just keeping an eye on everyone who's doing roles, keeping an eye on the situation, and filling in where I need to fill in or giving people help with their roles if they need them. Maybe I'll have to do nothing, people might be well prepared, but that's what I'm up to.
Wicked, thanks Sam. Cool. Right, let's go down here and find, I keep saying the name wrong, Aspersa, something like that. I'm really bad with names, but let's go down here and then she can give you a little rundown on the role of a scout. As you can see, I don't know if you can see yet, but just down there we've got a few people stood on the corner. As I mentioned earlier in the video, they would be standing down there in order to let us know when and if the bailiffs arrive. I mean, it's turning into a really good turnout. There's quite a lot of people here. Well, I promise you, I won't. Are you happy for me to have your voice in it? If I just take you, okay, okay, no worries.
No, honestly, because I did it for a long time.
Yeah.
The landlady actually turned up and their associate came and tried to chat to us. We set up a negotiation and they agreed that they'd negotiate with us on the 10th of July, a bit of extra time. But by the end of the day, that offer had been taken off the table. They'd gone back to the court to get bailiffs to come back, which is why we're here again today to stop the bailiffs. So we've got a few people with roles. We've got Wesley here. What's your role, Wesley?
I'm the spokesperson today, and I believe the negotiator also.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple of roles for me.
So if anyone spots a landlady's associate, we think the landlady's on holiday at the moment, but if you spot them, Wesley's the person to get involved there. We've got other roles which are Arvind, media liaison. So we're actually not expecting media here today, but if you do see anyone from the media, then direct them towards Arvind. We've got a few scouts. Scouts, could you put your hands up, please? Scouts will be keeping
Any
an eye
more
out.
scouts?
Isaac?
Yeah.
Isaac behind me is a scout.
We've got
Hi Isaac. Oh,
public liaison, which is Amy over there. So Amy will be looking out.
we met Amy already. Hello again.
We've got Ewan doing the role of police liaison today. So Ewan will be the point of contact
You
with the
in
police.
there
So
in the
we
middle
advise
of the
everyone else to
picture,
just say,
holding a coffee.
Ewan over there is the police contact. Please go and speak to him. I'll be the demobiliser and coordinator, just keeping an eye on how things are going. So everyone else, if you're up for it, then we need blockers to link arms in front of the hedge. The hedge is doing a lot of the work for us, to be honest, but it's partly just a kind of show of strength and a show of like community back in for Ben. We can send these photos to the landlady to show that we mean business, that it's easier for her to just negotiate with us at this point because we're not going away anytime soon. So in terms of like having a police liaison, we always have one so that we're well prepared. We very rarely see police actually turn up to these eviction resistances in Bristol. They're generally treated as a civil matter, so the police don't want to get involved. But we prepare in case they do come, just to make sure that everyone's like prepared and safe. We know that the police do have some powers which they could use to potentially try and get us to disperse or even threaten arrest. So part of that is the new policing powers that many of you would have heard about in the news, which are pretty vague, and it's up to local police forces to decide how they're going to implement those. We haven't seen them try to implement those for Acorn actions up until now, so we don't expect them to, but good to be aware of it. In addition, there is a bit of a grey area around obstructing bailiffs from doing their job. It could be the case that could be interpreted as something that the police might want to threaten arrest for, but again, we've never seen that happen, so we think it's low risk. We've got a police liaison so that they can communicate with the police. If the police say we're interpreting the law in such and such a way, and so we'll start arresting people if you don't go, then the police liaison will come over to us, and each of you can make your own choice about whether you want to disperse or whether you want to stay based on what the police are saying. We can deal with that if we come to it. We've never had to go to that point before. We've not had this situation, but we prepare just in case. If you demobilise in that situation, then people who've demobilised, if you go over to the corner of this road there, we'll do a little debrief with those people who are leaving at that point. Otherwise, we'll do the debrief here once we've got the last thing to do is, Matthew, you're filming? Yeah, so we always film a declaration to say that we're here to peacefully resist the bailiffs from getting into Ben's house. We're not going to be violent in any way. It's a civil matter. We're just going to be here locking arms to make sure the bailiffs don't kick out our member. Has anyone got any questions about what's coming up?
Oh, is there gonna afterwards? Are we going to? I suppose it'll be after we demobilise and when we meet up over there. But are we going to have a? What next
Trying to see how many people are here. We've got 3 gazebos.
It's difficult to say, but I anticipate that we'll probably see the bailiffs come and go within the first couple of hours. So then anyone who can stay will have an action planning meeting under the gazebos here.
What was that?
We'll have an action planning meeting under the gazebos here to plan next steps for how we can continue to put pressure on the landlady to actually negotiate and agree to the demand, which is an extra 6 weeks for Ben to pack up his stuff. So anyone who can stay, please stay, help us plan this next step. It looks like we may be doing something like a march on the landlady when she's back from holiday, so we can talk more about that afterwards. Great.
Someone else was wondering about a back access.
Yeah. Is there someone with an umbrella who'd be up for keeping an eye on the back access down there? Julia? Yeah. Nice one. Yeah. So it doesn't look like anyone can get through, but I think it's good for someone from there just in case. So yeah, nice one again for everyone. If we weren't here, this would be harassing Ben, trying to kick him out of his house. He could be at the council declaring homeless this evening. So it's amazing that we're here. That's going to make it very unlikely that's going to happen. I know Ben's super grateful for all of their support. Nice one. Oh, the last thing that would be really good actually is maybe if we could do like a little link arms in front of here, and maybe Arvin could get like this back shot, maybe Wesley as well.
Definitely.
From everyone here, just linking arms in front of their head.
United will never be defeated. Lieutenants, united will never be defeated. Lieutenants, united will never be defeated. Lieutenants, united will never be defeated.
I think we've seen the bailiffs come by a couple of times, and they drove past and didn't stop. Wesley's been on the phone to the court. Wesley, what's the...
So the bailiffs haven't contacted the court, so potentially they could still enforce. However, we put in an application to stop the eviction last week on Thursday, which didn't go to a judge for some reason. That's being taken to a judge right now as we speak, and we're waiting for a telephone call back from the court to see when our court date is going to be. We think maybe that will negate the eviction because they're legally obliged to give us a hearing before. Obviously they haven't, so and they need to. So I guess that's it at the minute. We don't really know what's going on other than they could potentially still come back. We'll know more when we get the telephone call, but that's where it is right now.
So I know a few people have got to go, totally understandable. Nice one for coming for a couple of hours and being a really strong force during the bailiffs that went past. They were never going to get past this. So those people who have to go, feel free. If people can stay, then that would be really helpful, because as Wesley said, they could come back until we get this call.
Yeah, I mean, officially they can enforce up till 9 p.m, but we'll know well before then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So yeah, anyone who can stick around, we're going to stick around. We can also start doing a bit of planning around how to push back a bit more on the landlady. We have a few ideas about that. So those of you that have to jet off, now is a good time. Those of you that can stay, please do. You can help us plan, putting some more pressure on the landlady to get Ben the time he needs to get out in peace rather than having to wait for the babysitter. Nice one, everyone. It's been an amazing day.
yeah, thank you guys.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Well, provided we can stop them today.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Let's stop them today, and then at least we've got a week.
Yeah.
You know. So
Hopefully more than that as well.
yeah. We'll get that form in by Monday. We'll have it done.
Imagine you were saying to them that he has a disability. Nowhere in the paperwork previously did the landlord present that he has a disability.
Really?
Anytime they see that you have a disability, say no new information. And is this the get out clause for placing the Equality Act on the side burner? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think Jess and I decided earlier when we were in there that we were going to make a formal complaint about the court as well, which I think might be helpful because they messed us around with our application. They had ample opportunity to say to us, you haven't done this right. Come, you know, and they haven't. Didn't even contact us to let us know that it wasn't going to be passed on to a judge. Like, I don't think that's particularly community centric, you know, and a court is a court. It should be impartial, you know, but that's obviously not. You know, but then landlady's paying fees, Ben is getting help with fees. I'd like to think that doesn't matter, but it does. You know?
The Heritage Lot.
Oh,
Amazon.
I couldn't tell if that was like a clipboard or something.
So another quick update for you guys. We are approaching 4:10 p.m. and we still have had no bailiffs. I can't remember if I mentioned about us putting in the N244 form, which is a form to potentially halt the eviction, but we did that. I did that with the resident. We received some communications back from the court shortly after our application. Our application was dismissed based on the fact that we didn't offer any new evidence, which is really annoying because last week or the week before last, when we put in the same application, the hearing was granted. Only we weren't informed of the hearing, therefore we missed it, and the application was then dismissed. So it's a shame that that happened. But we do have another form which is called an N161 form, which is an appeal to the overall eviction, which we will be putting in later on this evening or tomorrow in order to the courts. But it's going to be a whole lot of waiting around now, guys. We've got to wait until 9 o'clock. We'll wait until 9 o'clock basically, because that's when the enforcement agents can stop, or are forced to stop. They can't enforce between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 a.m. So yeah, we're going to be waiting around here until then, but unless of course there is anything to show you in terms of any bailiff interactions or any police interactions, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching if you're still here. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but yeah, this is pretty much what the channel is going to be about for the most part from now on. So yeah, let me know what you think in terms of the content, and just so you know as well, you will find all the links to the Acorn Union below the video in the description. There is also a petition link in the description if you'd like to go and sign that in order to try and help us keep Ben in his property. That would be really grateful. And as I said at the beginning of the message, at the beginning of the video, I was going to use this in order to try to fundraise. One of the ideas we've had is to potentially try to raise some funds in order that we can put Ben's things into a storage unit so he doesn't have to chuck them away. So any donations for Ben would be greatly appreciated. I will set up a Just Giving page, I think, so that you can donate there. Please don't send to my PayPal or any of my links. I don't want it coming to me because it's just a lot of hassle to have to take it out and hand it over. So I'll set up something directly for Ben that's going to go to Ben's bank account or wherever it goes, and that's going to be it, guys. So thank you again for watching. Let's see if do you guys want to say goodbye to everybody on the internet?
Bye, internet.
Goodbye.
Bye, internet. Bye, internet.
Like, subscribe.
But you can stay with us if you like.
And join the action. Let's get online. Yeah, all the links will be below, guys. Come and join us. Peace. Okay guys, I thought I'd give you just a final update on this. We managed to secure Ben 6 more weeks in the property in order to pack up his things after I negotiated with the landlady and her stepson, or maybe her son-in-law. Yeah, so it was a really good result. So yeah, I thought I'd let you know so that you can see what happened from start to finish. Yeah, I hope everybody is very, 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 very blessed, as always. Peace.